So hi, how are you? This is Strategic Exodus podcast, where I have the opportunity to interview some awesome people, and I bring before you people who are passionate about what it is that they do and how they can make a difference in your life. So, I'm super excited about my guest tonight, and I just want to share with you just a bit of what and who she is with her bio. It's just amazing. This is Temycka Carter, and she's a momologist. Yeah, momologist, I said it. She coaches single moms on how to reset their lives after incarceration of a loved one. With her guidance, moms discover how to bury the prison wifey stigma as they create fulfilling lives for themselves and their children. I know that you are going to be tuned into this because this is a much needed niche. There's no one that I know of, and I believe that there are very few women who have decided to take action to help other women deal with this subject. So I want to thank you and welcome you, Miss Temycka. How are you today?
I am great. I am fabulous. Thank you for having me.
You are so welcome. So can you explain what a momologist is and how did you come to title that? I just find that amazing.
Well, a momologist is pretty simple. It's a mom who handles her business, takes care of not only her personal life, her business life, and she puts it all together and she makes it happen.
I just love the title, momologist. And so I know a little bit about your story, and I had the pleasure of, doing some things with you. We had an awesome time. But I want you to explain, if you will, a little bit about how you got to be right where you are from, the beginning of, an issue. Because let's be honest, there's always that one thing that causes us to do something and to make a difference or to make a change. But what was it that got you to, be right where you are? Because this is just amazing. The fact that, you're out here and you've decided to take on an issue that not many people even address.
I think honestly what really got me here was the fact that I was that woman. I was that mom, that was going through it, making those visits, and still having to fulfill my life and take care of my kids with no support. So I know what it's like to have no support. And I was like, you know what? I'm tired. And I know there's other women out there that are tired, need support, and need somebody to help them. And that is really what led me to what I do.
I know that's true. It's as if, well, he's incarcerated and he's thrown away to not be thought of. But then we don't think about the wife or girlfriend and the children that are left behind. And it's horrible to think that they clump everybody together. So he's incarcerated or she's incarcerated, because I'm quite sure there's husbands out there who may be dealing with the same thing. But right here in this genre, women who tend to be thrown away with their mate. So he's incarcerated, and so therefore she's incarcerated as well. She's, just like you said, in prison. So what were the experiences that led you to, you know what, I've been through this and I've got to help somebody else? So how do you help a woman who is going through, exactly what it is that you've been through.
I think it's helped me through that emotional journey, because it starts within. It starts from just taking it back to why I doing this, where am I going with this? And like I said, I help you from, with your emergency funds, with your finances, because ladies, let's be real. When you're in this type of situation, you don't think about the next day. You don't think about weeks ahead. You don't have that emergency fund. And you don't know what to do when situations like this happen because now your income is cut in half. Your income is lost. And then it's like you tend to lose yourself because at the same time you're trying to make this man that's incarcerated or woman that's incarcerated and trying to make them happy and still try to hold their family together with the bonds and everything. But it's difficult because we tend to lose ourselves in the process. And it's not fair to us. It's not fair to our kids. And sometimes you just have to stand up and say, listen, it's time for me to move on. It's time for me to get me together. And it's time for me to do the right thing.
Wow, that's amazing, because I can't imagine the dedication that you have to have in order to continue to hold it down for the family. And some people may think, well, he's there, he's taken care of, he's got his what did they say, 3 cots and a meal, or no, 3 meals and a cot, that he's good, and then there's the mother holding everything down, bills, the children, and I can see where you get lost in all of that. So what have you done personally for yourself to take care of you? So what are some of the things, or list of things that you do regularly, things that you do for your personal development, your upkeep of you?
I think what I do a lot is I journal. I write down a lot of my thoughts, a lot of my feelings, and it helps me to process through, the hurt, the pain, the feeling guilty, the loneliness. And also I meditate, because I think for me, you have to have a clear mind going into anything. And I also feel like at the end of the day, because I am a mom of 5, that if I'm not mentally sane for them, then, who are they going to turn to? Who are they going to lean on? So, like I said, those are really big for me.
Wow, that's just like so super important. And, you don't think about those things. We take things for granted, so to speak. And the fact that you have, are so adamant in making sure that other women who are currently experiencing what it is that you've experienced take those things into their own lives. And so, have you developed support groups, books? What's on the menu for you to help these women?
I have created books. I've created a community called the Locked Up Love for Single Moms community that pretty much helps women, get through their day to day, get through any feelings, emotions that they have. I also, I have, one-on-one programs. I have group programs, like whatever you need, I have, because I've been in that place before where, I wish I had someone one-on-one to talk to. And sometimes I wish I had other women to talk to so I didn't feel like my problems were my problems and I wanted to connect with other people. So I feel like for me, I've done a lot of partnering. I think partnering is key, just getting to know other women, getting to know other people. And that's why I have this community for ladies. You don't feel alone and you're not alone and you can do it with someone who's been there.
Yeah, it's, even with me, dealing with women who've been in intimate partner abusive relationships, that and in other areas of our lives, we tend to think that we are alone, that nobody else is going through what I'm going through right now. because it's so big sometimes and it's so overwhelming that you think there's no one in the world possibly dealing with what it is that I'm dealing with. And so that's super important. That's really, really key, that there are other people out there who've experienced what it is that you've experienced, Temycka, and you just, taking the bull by the horns to say, listen, I have to build a community because I have to let other women know that you're not crazy, that you're okay, and that, we're in this together. Why? There's, because I've been through it. Truth be told, there's nothing like having to tell your situation to somebody who doesn't understand what it is that you've been through, and they try to give you advice. I know people mean well, and they can make suggestions, but let's be honest, if you've not been through domestic violence, or if you've not been through having your husband or boyfriend, your significant other, incarcerated and having to deal with all of the things what you have to deal with, you can't talk to me in the way of explaining what it is that I should do. So I really am so super excited about this, because somebody's going to get freed. So if you can go back to that day when you realize that this is really, really happening, that he's incarcerated and I'm out here alone, can you explain to the listener audience what that felt like?
I was scared. I was overwhelmed. I was like the little girl in the corner that has no friends, no one to talk to. I'm mentally broken, emotionally broken. I was shattered. That's no way that you should feel. And that's how I felt. Because now a big part of my life has been taken away. A big part of my kid's life has been taken away. By no fault of my own, but because of the choices that individual made. And now I'm suffering. There's nothing like you suffering for something someone else did and you don't know what to do, or you don't know where to turn. And it's just like, why me? And you could pray about it, you could talk to God about it, and you feel like he's not listening and he's not hearing you. He is. But, they always say that he never gives you any more than you can bear. And I had to learn that. I had to really learn that. But I was a mess. I was a hot mess.
Mm, mm. I just, I know a little bit about that, not what it is that you've experienced, but after a divorce and some years later, my children's father is now incarcerated. So dealing with that and just the children and their emotions and how they're dealing with it, it's a mess. And so, but I cannot say that I can relate with your experience regarding being a wife, because I wasn't a wife when it happened. We were divorced. But I can understand about, the children. And so my children are older. You have younger children. So how did you help them to deal with this? What did you explain? Did you write your own book for them? Did you read books? What did you do to help comfort them, knowing that their father is incarcerated?
I had to literally reassure them that it wasn't their fault. I had to reassure them that things happen, people do bad things, and this is what happened. These are the consequences. To the point where it literally shattered my kids, especially my son, because my son has saw him get arrested, and to this day, my son won't talk to him. My son won't even communicate with him. My son can't even look at him. Now it's different. My oldest daughter, she's a little like, I'm tired, I'm fed up, like, you're in and out, like, get your life together. Now the two youngest, they're not really aware of, the whole situation because they're younger. So it's like, okay, dad's not here for a little while. Okay, he'll be back. He's on a little vacation. Then it's like my 11-year-old, she was really close to him. And now it's hard for her. She's emotionally distraught. Like she's mentally not in the right place because that used to be her partner. That used to be someone she went to, she talked to. And now it's, mom's here. So now she's leaning on me for that support. It's extremely hard, especially when you have to tell your kids and be honest with your kids and let them know, like, this is what happened, this was the situation. And at the same time, I said to him, like, listen, you need to tell them the truth. You need to tell them what they did, So then they're looking at me like, okay, well, you're not telling us nothing. I mean, it's not that I'm not telling you. It's like I feel like sometimes you hearing it from me is not the same as you hearing it from the person that it happened to. And I did a lot of that with them, just reassuring them, like, Mom is always here. I always got you, no matter what.
Right. And you would not be able to even be to that point had you had not tapped into, what it is with the meditation. You would not have tapped into any of that good stuff had you had not, meditated. You would not have tapped into your strength had you had not had yourself backbone, re-educated, loving you and just re-encouraging yourself the best way that you possibly can. The same thing that you're doing for these women who have been in your situation. So, I mean, that's awesome. Unfortunately, there's so many women who have to deal with this. And I know that there's support groups out there, but none like what it is that you offer. And because you're young and beautiful, but because you're young, you come from a different standpoint. Let's be honest, let's be clear. This is a total different world than what it is that I'm used to. Your generation comes with a whole lot of things that at my age and even younger, never had to deal with. The things that your age group is facing. With that being said, the future. Where do you see yourself in 5 years with your business? What are your goals? And, what is that thing that you want to, really ingrain in women who are dealing with their spouses and their boyfriends incarcerated? What's that one thing that you want to leave, that legacy, where you want to go in 5 years?
I think for me, like, honestly, I just want to take this global, international, worldwide, because so many women are going through it. So many are, dealing with it silently, And like I said, in 5 years, I just want to be that person that people say, listen, if she was able to help all these people, I can. I have a voice. And the time is now. Not later. I don't have to hold on to this. I don't have to deal with it. I am young, and yes, you know, I noticed some women in my era. It's kind of like we thrive off loyalty, but sometimes you have to be loyal to yourself. You know, and that's really what it is. It's we have these men, we have these boyfriends. We taking care of them, we running back and forth, but it's putting a toll on us. It's hurting us, and then it's like when it's all said and done, it's like, well, what we really doing for? Because we out here making it work for us, and we struggling out here, and they good on it. They get meals, phone calls, letters. They good, you know. And I think we have to, as a community, and we have to, as women, have to realize that, listen, their fight is their fight. Our fight is our fight, you know, and we have to put a stop to it somehow, some way, at some point in time, and I want women to know that, listen, yes, you can have someone who is incarcerated, but at the same time, you don't have to be incarcerated with them. you're free. You have your freedom. So take that back.
That's Temycka, that's good. That needs to be on a plaque. That's good because as nurturers by nature, that's a song, ain't it? Nurturers by nature. No, it's not. I'm joking. But as nurturers, we are that. That's who we are. And we always want to make sure that everybody good. And we don't see and or fit ourselves in that, that little space that we need to be taken care of, that we need to be, okay. But with that being said, that was super important because I know of someone, a family member, who did that running. When I say did that running, without a car, on a bus, an hour every day for visiting hours and making sure monies are on the books and making sure that they had the things that they need. I mean, they did that running and had kids until the point that she had gotten so worn down. When I saw her next, I was like, okay, so you look like you lost about 25 to 30 pounds and you look tired. You really look tired. But she felt it necessary that he needed things, and so therefore she was going to provide for the house and provide for him. And I haven't spoken to her recently. As far as I know, she's still doing that hour trip there and hour trip back on the bus to make sure that she meets visiting hours so that she can get or do or whatever it is that he wanted. Not to say, in my mind, that you should not visit or you should not send things, but not to the point where, just like you said, Temycka, losing yourself. It's not worth it, because in the end, if you still are that nurturer and you still want to attend to him, you ain't gonna be doing. You're able to do that if you're homesick. It's just not gonna happen. That was pivotal, super pivotal. But before we leave, one, I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for the putting up with the technical difficulties. Y'all, if you could have seen it, trust me, it was an issue just to get to this point. So I want to thank you for being here. I want to thank you for what it is that you do, because I don't think anybody's thinking of women in this space, in this role, as being mother, wife of an incarcerated husband and or boyfriend, and you are looking to care for women and their needs and letting them know that they're not alone, letting them know that you have support and programs that they can sign up for. I always ask, when you were going through, what was the one thing that when you were lost, you were crazy, you didn't know what you were doing, you were just hurt? That little girl that you spoke of earlier, that little girl, what did she hold on to that she did not let go of to get to this point of where you are helping people? So what was that thing that you carried through that entire journey?
Honestly, the fact that I was a mother, the fact that I was somebody's mother and somebody was watching me, somebody was looking at me, and I had to be there for them. That's what kept me going. And that's what made me realize, like, I'm a grown man. What am I doing? Wearing myself out behind a grown man that put himself in a position. I got 5 kids I have to think about. And when it's all said and done, they need me. He's good. He don't need me. He might need that little bit of support. I can support you from a distance, but I have to support them here and now and forever. And that's really what made me really reevaluate my situation, my life, and what kept me going.
Well, I'm so thankful that you did that reevaluation, because now you're assisting hundreds of women who are in this situation currently, that they're the wife or the spouse or the girlfriend of somebody who's incarcerated and still holding it down. And you are here to give support to let them know that they're not alone and that they can share their story and that you will help them through the process. Your journey will now become their journey to freedom. So this is super excellent. Temycka, please tell us how we can get to you. What social media platforms are you on? What links do you have for us that you can share so that people who are searching out you can get to you?
Okay, you can find me on Facebook at Temycka Carpenter, or you can find me on Facebook at Divinity Divine LLC, Divine with an E. You can find me on Instagram, and I'm also doing a book anthology for women who have lost someone to incarceration, for you to tell your story, for you just to come out of hiding, for you to use your voice. So I had that opportunity open for women. If that's something you want to do, that's something that you're looking to do. And the link is bit.ly/No Mom Left Behind in 2019, because I refuse to leave any mom behind that is ready and willing and tired, with what's going on within her life. And I'm willing to take you on a journey from the beginning, wherever you are, whatever place you are in life. And I also have a membership program, a 12-month commitment membership program for you to come into my community and for you to not only get the tools, the resources, and to network with other women, and you can find that link at bit.ly/free our men now, because it's about freeing our men at the same time as freeing ourselves. And like I said, I'm available, I'm ready, I'm willing. And I feel like at this point, if you're really tired, let's move forward.
Yeah, because when you get to that point of being tired, what is it? When you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, that's when action happens. That's when things get done. Temycka, I am so thankful that you done stuck it out, girl, and I'm so thankful for what it is that you do. And, for those in our listening audience, this will not be the last. Most certainly won't, because I know that, great collaboration always happens. And I'm so thankful to be attached to this young girl here. She is so super pivotal in what it is that she does. So if you want to reach out to her, do so. If you don't catch the link, you can rewind and hear it again. If not, you can reach out to Temycka Carter. That's Temycka Carter. You can reach out to her. She'll gladly talk to you. So go to her inbox on Facebook, and she'll let you know exactly where it is that you can go to, be connected in this wonderful community. Temycka, thank you for being here, love.
Thank you for having me, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited, and I'm so glad to be available, to be in a space where I can help women, that were like me and that are like me and that are going through this. So you don't have to go alone. You don't have to be like supported. You support it. You have me, and then you also have the community that I have with women who are like-minded and women who are like you.
Absolutely. And I can see that, that I'm quite sure that you are teaching them in this community that even though you are a housewife and mother, that there's more to their life than just that. I know that you're teaching that. I know that you're showing them that there's another world. So not only are you freeing them from the prison of the incarceration, you are also freeing them to let them know that you're not stuck there, that there's another life for you, and you show them the road and just give them ideas, room to grow. So this is awesome. Please be sure to connect with Temycka Carpenter. Thank you so much, Love Bug. And this won't be the last. Thank you so much, love. So this concludes Strategic Exodus podcast. Why I can't talk today, I have no idea, but this has been Strategic Exodus podcast. Thank you so super much, and until the next time.